Hello, happy witching hour and happy Memorial Day. It is High Priestess Jamila, and I am multitasking. I am actually setting up um, a new altar area here that is going to be centered around my um, utopia work, and I'll show that to y'all later. Okay. Um, I wanted to come and speak about my thoughts being an authentic high priestess. Okay. Somebody that um, is self led, somebody that is not owned by a corporation, someone that just has first-hand experience in shamanism, witchcraft, necromancy, and even demonic spirits. Okay. And I stumbled upon a video um, regarding Terrence Howard. And he is such a cutie, ain't he? He has always been such a cutie pie. Mwah. Love him to death. However, I want people to err against caution when it comes to these celebrities coming out about these traumatic experiences with so-called demons. Okay. Hey, Christian. Hello. Happy Memorial Day. I want y'all to be careful when you are listening to these stories that they tell. And I'm going to tell you why. Sometimes I feel that they are either compensated or paid actors. They are paid to deliver a certain message to the world, to cause even more confusion and chaos in the minds of people sometimes. And so that's why when you see a celebrity and they're creating all of this chaos and they're creating all of this fear, you have to take everything that they say with a grain of salt. Like, for example, the whole selling your soul and stuff. You can't really get a deep level of understanding for the occult, about the occult, from celebrities. You can't. You either have to have firsthand experience or have this in your family bloodline. And most people that know the secrets of the occult are not celebrities. They're not even rich. Okay. They don't have a bunch of views in social media, a bunch of followers in social media. And that's not to say that this is the case for all celebrities. Like, for example, Doja Cat. Do I feel that Doja Cat is somebody's puppet? I don't. I believe that Doja Cat and her message that I got from her is something that's real and true and genuine. Okay. I do. It's just something about her not having the need to have this appearance of glamour, right? But then again, when I look at celebrities like Beyonce, I believe Beyonce is very powerful, has a deep level of understanding for the occult. And I believe that Beyonce, she wants a family. She wants her fame. She's very ambitious. And I believe that she knows a lot. And this is why Beyonce, you're not hearing any trauma stories about the occult from Beyonce because it's not about trauma. First of all, most of the people that are celebrities that are speaking about the occult from a traumatic standpoint are men. Okay. And I think that it's obvious that men are used very often to spread the energy and frequency of fear. They are used often to do that. Okay. I'm going to sit this phone down so I can get this little area set up. And it's just the truth. And I think men have to be careful to not use themselves for that. But many of them are directly on board with that type of behavior to where they want you to fear the unknown, which is why most people don't reach the level of success that they want. Success and fame don't necessarily go together. You don't have to become a big time movie star or a model or a singer or a dancer or a football player or a rapper to become wealthy. You don't have to do that. You can just be somebody that is very mindful in business, okay? So I didn't bother to look at the entire video before I was triggered to come on here and talk about this because, um, here's the thing is that, I don't have a problem with celebrities, but what I don't like is when they try to treat the rest of the world as if we are the little people that don't matter, right? Even though we, the people, if it were not for us, they wouldn't have a dime. If it were not for us paying for HBO, paying to go and see movies, paying for internet and cable, they would be nothing. So this is that does kind of make me give a lot of them the side eye. Now, in this video where they were talking about Terrence Howard, he was talking about his experiences with the occult and with demons. So the first thing that you want to be careful of is you want to consider the fact that they're just saying demons. They're not saying a specific demon's name. We all know the 72 demons of the Goetia. You can go and look it up on Wikipedia. So they're not naming these demons by name, right? These so-called entities. So now you're hearing a story about an unknown entity. Like, for example, you've never heard them say, hey, I had a bad, they always say Satan. Satan is like their universal term, but there are other demonic entities. There are other spirits that are associated with the occult other than Satan, right? You rarely hear them talk about Lucifer, but they do. But they don't actually call out these demons by name. They don't. They just say demon or entity. So for me, that makes their stories unbelievable to begin with. It would be different if they would say, hey, I invoked the demon Paimon and I experienced this and this and that was negative. Or I invoked the spirit of uh, Barbados and I experienced this. They're never specific, and for me, I need those types of specifics. And then also when it comes to God, I don't like it when people just say God. If you already know a person's understanding of God, like everybody knows my understanding of gods. I'm a polytheist. I believe there's many gods, and but then I also believe in there being one source. Okay, and I believe that the sun and the moon and a lot of the distant planets are a conductor, a transmitter. Believe all of that is, it's like the whole universe, the stars. So everybody knows my opinion of God. But then you run into people sometimes and they'll say God, but they won't be specific. So I don't just accept when people say God and I go, yeah, praise God. I'm not going to praise somebody else's God. To me, that's very dangerous. And I want to know specifically what or who you are talking about, because there are many gods. There's Jehovah. There's they say that this Yahweh and everything. They've tried to confuse us and state that, well, the God of the Bible is actually Satan. I don't believe in that at all. At all. I don't, because I've had a lot of experiences with Satan and as well as Lucifer, and I have experienced nothing but love and healing from both Satan and Lucifer. And the God of the Bible, for me, it's all I hate you. You know, all I sense from the God of the Bible is hate. I'm sorry. That's all I sense. I've got to be real about it. Okay. You cannot get your spiritual teachings and learnings from a celebrity. Okay. If they would title themselves as high priestess or maybe even spiritual guru, then maybe, but they are telling you, I am an actress, which means that the public image could be fake. Here lately, what I've noticed in social media is celebrities trying to almost take over the spiritual community. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all, because we don't have to accept what these celebrities say as gold. So, for example, they're talking about these demons and these entities is making them have sex with frogs and snakes and dogs. And, this entity came up from somewhere, and, and they decided to have a sex party and to have sex and do all this weird sex stuff. You know what I'm saying? But they never specifically call out the name of the daemon or the spirit. I call them angels. They never call them by name. That's my issue with it. So you're saying that the demon is responsible for your behavior. And then a lot of them throughout history have said, well, I made a pact or I made a deal with this particular entity or demon, and that demon gave me talent. And that is possible. But they never, ever, ever say a specific demon. It's always, well, it was Satan. If they knew anything about the occult, they would be more specific about what they're talking about. And they're not being more specific. They're saying demons and entities, anybody in the normal world, in the normal free world, because let's keep it a buck, a lot of celebrities are not free people. They're almost slaves to the system. They are, unfortunately. Okay, they are owned by either a label or a corporation. This is the reason why everybody saw the prevalence of singers like Prince trying to break free of these contracts that they have. Okay, so they're not amongst the free world like we are. Like they have to have a certain public persona of who they are supposed to be, and that's it. Okay. So they're not even really allowed to discuss their true feelings about spirituality. It's always the same thing. oh, a demon made me do this or a demon made me do that. And I'm sorry, but I'm not down with that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that the general public should be getting their spiritual knowledge and information from a celebrity who is not even free to speak the truth about it or to even know the truth about it. I'm going to give y'all an example. I did another pact last night. And for privacy purposes, even though I will share this spirit eventually, but I'm just going to not name it, name the spirit uh, directly because I just started working with the spirit. Okay. And the spirit hasn't necessarily done what the spirit is going to help me do. Okay. So that's the only reason why I'm not going to divulge that information. But I can tell you that um, I made another pact with another spirit last night, or it was actually early this morning in the wee hours of the morning. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I am being stalked and harassed by people that are completely confused. They don't know anything about the occult. They don't know anything about witchcraft. And they really don't know anything about religion. They haven't really been given the well breakdown of religion. I think that this is obvious, right? So, so this is the reason why these people run around here confused and do the things that they do because they really don't know. They really have no idea what they're doing. So my sleep schedule has been wonky as hell the past week at least. I've been having this crazy sleep schedule right before I was able to lay down and go to sleep after dealing with people that are clearly on drugs and haven't slept in days. Okay. So anybody that's able to be up all day, all night, no sleeping time, they got to be on some kind of drug or something. It's got to be a drug. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm sick and tired. I'm gonna tell you something. Drug addicts, I love y'all. Y'all are still human beings, but y'all are causing a lot of problems in society because of your drug addiction. You need to go and seek help at a rehabilitation center. Stop staying up all night stalking people. And, because basically what ends up happening is that their drug addiction starts to turn and invert on them. And whenever they get high, it's not a good experience. The experiences that they're getting by getting high are not positive anymore. That drug is now causing these the symptoms. They don't like it either because it starts to make them feel like crap after a while, which means that yeah, you have to be responsible for yourself, and you have to go and get some help. And they can't compare marijuana or even cigarettes, for that matter, to the hard controlled substances that they are taking into their body. So this is, I believe, it's what drives a lot of bad situations in people, especially the ones that I'm dealing with. But anyway, so I was up and was feeling pretty good after fighting off something the day before. I actually had to fight off something 2 days ago using deadly nightshade. And I don't know why it's so weird because they always want to go there with you, and they think that I don't know what they think, but I had already had to get rid of something that was made up of a bunch of guilt, regret, shame, bad energy, sickness, and illness from inbreeding, guilt from interfamilial relationships and sex, and then also bad behaviors like eating feces that they either do or think about or something. I'm gonna be honest with you. When the church talks about impure thoughts, y'all, that it goes deeper than impure thoughts. A person's mind can be very dangerous against the innocent people around them, because what they think about, they do and they will project to other people. Okay, so I was up, right, and probably about like maybe 9ish, 10ish this morning. I was ready to go to sleep. I had already cleared every bad spirit out of my house, because I ended up talking to somebody and a spirit popped through that lingered around. And as soon as I tried to go to sleep, the spirit woke me up immediately. When I drifted off to sleep, it woke me up immediately. So, and of course, my spirits are always present. So my spirits, had me get up and get rid of that spirit. So it's so anyway, last night or early this morning, I was able to get some rest, but it wasn't until I did a pact with a spirit. And this particular spirit is going to help me with a lot of the stuff that's been going on, because what it's doing, and what a lot of people have been warning me about, is that it's starting to disturb my collective. It's and the people, and that's not y'all fault. It's not the people that follow me, the people that watch me, the people that I speak to behind the scenes. It is not y'all fault, because it is very disturbing. It's so disturbing that a few nights ago I thought I was gonna puke. The disgusting nature of the conversations and the things that are being posted are totally disgusting and vile, as well as untrue. So I was up with this spirit. The moment I conjured this spirit, I felt healed. Just the presence of this spirit that I did a pact with last night completely healed me. And, so once I got done with the ritual, I was able to go ahead and get some sleep. It wasn't that I couldn't sleep, okay? It wasn't that I couldn't sleep. It's just that it was things that I had to do, and that was one of them. And so this is the reason why I'm bringing this up. Some of these celebrities, they are paid to come on here and lie to the public. Oh, don't do this with this spirit. That spirit that I invoked and conjured and made a pact with is going to help me immensely, and did help me last night. When you make a pact with these spirits, they will give you certain rituals to do. This particular spirit was concerned about my personal health, right? We're already protected from death and from violence and from them murdering us, right? But this particular spirit wanted to protect my body, wanted to protect my actual physical body, as well as my mental health with dealing with people. And so this particular spirit is probably the one that showed me that lantern that I have lit up right now, because I'm dealing with stalkers who know the devastating effects of stalking and what it can have on the victim. They know it, and they're doing it on purpose. So this particular spirit apparently kind of looked around, because I spoke to this spirit, the demon of the Goesha, about every single person, not just who all was listed on that list, but every single person that was coming after me. So what that spirit did was went and peeped their schmitty. And when I woke up, he told me He said, everything that these people are trying to manifest in you, you give that to them. So that's the reason why I ended up doing that lantern. And, now I personally, okay, I personally, I have a Utopia bottle. Literally, I light that sucker up and I'm just on cloud nine. That's how I create my reality. That in the wishes and dreams alchemy work, right? But this is what that spirit was talking about. The other people that are watching and witnessing it, what about them? So they're saying, well, Jamila, you protected yourself. You protect your clients individually. You protect your children from this disgusting energy. But what about the other people in social media? What about your supporters? They are disturbed by this. I can't sit here and say, well, don't let that bother you. And why are you tripping off of that? Because a friend of mine yesterday, and I love him, he is such a sweetheart. A friend of mine had texted me yesterday and he said, listen, I don't mean to come at you about this. And I'm like, it's okay. It's okay. I understand. He said, but I found another website where your image is uploaded to. And I'm very grateful for that. So I don't want him to be disturbed by this. Why should everybody have to be disturbed by these disturbed people? So the way spirit sees it is that these people are very detrimental to the community, and it's something that I directly can do about it. You know what I can do about it? The stalkers and their intentions that they could never do to me, but they can also do it to everybody else, which is what I told y'all. I said, this person is using my name as a means of spreading negativity to the world. It ain't just about me, it's bigger than me. It's the fact that this person hates the world, hates people, hates children, really hates animals, hates babies. The group of people that it rocks with hates you. So my image is being used to spread hate. So I can't sit here and ask y'all, well, why do y'all watch that? Would you not? Okay, for example, there was a video of a bus that made a U-turn and literally fell into the river. You're going to watch a train wreck, and these people that are just like, look at me, I'm doing something outlandish because I'm going to use this woman's image and her name to show my hatred for everybody else. Because literally, I have had people tell me I got physically sick listening to him. And I said, that's his intention. So now what spirit is going to do is everything, all of the symptoms, because all of us are experiencing that. Not me. I mean, a few years ago, I did have some anxiety and I've actually had panic attacks before. Okay. I have herbs and all kinds of protections and stuff around me that trumps all of that. But then what about all of you? What about the people that are watching it that don't actually support him but can't stop watching it because it's a train wreck, literally? It opened my eyes when a friend of mine said, he made me sick, Jamila. He made me feel sick. And I said, I feel sick too. He's doing that on purpose. That is his intention. He will say to you, I have freedom of speech. He will say to you, I can say whatever I want to say. It's a Friday or a Saturday night. And we're all basically being forced to hear him make up sick stories surrounding abuse. The reason why he speaks those devastating things to you and to the public is because he wants it to hurt you. He's not speaking those things to be healing. I watch the Misery Machine all the time. You can tell that those people are really just trying to raise awareness. You can tell that they genuinely feel for, the victims of the awful crimes that they report. It's called the Misery Machine. Y'all should go in and subscribe. And then I also suffer that there's a website, there's a channel called Suffer the Little Children. Y'all should go and subscribe because those people are just like me that have talked about this. And whenever I speak about what happens to people, people don't feel sick. People feel that they know that I'm genuine when I say, oh my God, why is this happening to people? You know what I'm saying? So for him and a lot of the people that he rocks with, they want to use my image, my name to harm others. Of course, they want to harm me, but they know that they can't. You would think that, okay, I have been doing this for over 10 years and I can't harm this lady. Now, at this point, their anger and their hatred and their visceral, they still display it while trying to put my name on it. When they're sending that negative energy to me, it's getting bounced off. They try to send it to my kids, it comes to me and it bounces off. There are times when negative energy is being thrown at me and I don't answer for my kids until I clear myself. Okay? Because I don't want any of that to go to them. However, it's the other people that are watching. And see, it's not my fault. They would love for everybody to, like, I sat here and listened to this person try to literally dump all of the problems of the world onto me the other day. It was sick. But in reality, he's not just doing it to me, he's doing it to all of you. So, we're going to come together, we're going to band together. And what this spirit said that they're going to do is they are going to make sure that that sickness, the anxiety, the fear, the loathing, it's all going to go back to them. It's all going to go back to the stalkers. Whether or not the stalkers are on drugs, whether or not they need mental health counseling because of something that happened to them as children, no matter what it is, they're going to have to deal with their own crap. They are basically trauma dumping, not just on me, but on everybody. I can guarantee you that if them people start experiencing symptoms and they don't feel good about what they're doing, and they genuinely don't feel good, and they feel malaise, and they don't feel relief. Listen, I've been through grief. I lost my mother. I've been through things. I lost my father. Never did I ever project that out to the world. I dealt with it internally. These people are going to either evolve or go. They cannot continue to deal with their problems and traumas and fears by projecting it out to the world and using my image and then even my children's names to do this. They have to have some kind of incentive. Okay, you know what I figured out? I figured out that stalking and terrorizing people is not going to help me. Yeah. So maybe I should go and get some help because I don't feel good in general, is what they're going to be thinking and feeling. Wow, I'm not feeling well. And they'll say, no, I feel great. They're not going to be able to say that. If they say it, they're lying. They don't feel great. If they felt great, if they felt hopeful, if they felt tranquil, if they felt peaceful, they would not be stalking and harassing people. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not famous. I'm not a celebrity. I'm a witch that practices necromancy, witchcraft. I have pacts with spirits, and I can tell you that the spirits that I have pacts with, they do nothing but help me. These celebrities, be careful with the whole cookie cutter commentary about, oh, I went and found Jesus and those entities were doing something to me. Well, you know what? You know who else claims that they found Jesus? The stalkers, the churches, the corporations, and the establishments that go out in this world and hurt people every single day. So is that Jesus too? No, it's not. In fact, I don't even think they've been dealing with Jesus. I believe it's been an imposter. Okay. I don't give my opinion on Jesus Christ. There's a lot of people that don't trust Jesus Christ. They feel as though Jesus Christ is a demon. They feel as though Jesus Christ is not a good person because he co-signed a lot of this stuff, apparently, is what they're saying. I don't make comment on that. Even though I don't work with Jesus, the experiences that I have had with Jesus, the actual spirit of Jesus, have been positive. Okay. However, Jesus is not going to provide financially. That is a fact. Okay. Unless I were possibly working for someone else, and I do not work for someone else. I work for myself. I am a small business owner, and that I will never change. Okay. Yeah, see, like Christian said, I don't trust him because in the Bible it even says that these are Jesus's teachings, but then the teachings that we see are very traumatic and hurtful, and they don't make people feel good. They make people feel sick. They make people feel as though, wow, my physical existence on this planet is supposed to be about struggle and pain and rape and murder and just horrible things. So, I feel that anybody can publish anything in a book. But like I said, I don't worship Jesus as a deity. I don't. And he has no problem with it. Okay. So be careful because a lot of these celebrities, and if you notice on YouTube, YouTube is not YouTube anymore. It's become very commercialized, unfortunately, with a lot of these celebrities out here. And now celebrities are trying to dwell in the spiritual community. It's like they want to take over. I don't want to get my spiritual teachings from a celebrity. I want my spiritual teachings to come from experience and somebody that knows about it. And 9 times out of 10, that person is not a celebrity. Okay. I'm not saying anything negative about celebrities. That's not what I'm doing. I'm letting you guys know that you're going to find out more about spirituality and the occult from someone that has actually experienced it, not somebody that is paid and told to lie or to tell a story that leads you back to the church somehow. Because and I don't understand this obsession with converting people to certain religions, and it's almost like, so they'll say it's the government is doing this, but I believe that a lot of these celebrities, I believe that a lot of them are they have god complexes, and they look at us as stupid people. They look at the people that are not seen on the silver screen and the big screen. They look at us as stupid, but a lot of us are not. A lot of us are very, very well connected to the spirit realm. Okay. And most of us don't and never had dreams of being an actress or an actor. I've never had a dream of being an actor or an actress or a singer or a dancer. Not saying that it's anything wrong with that. Okay. Just because a celebrity says something spiritually doesn't mean that it's correct either. So be careful with the propaganda that is being taught to us from from celebrities. Be careful with that. Be very careful with that. And I'm looking at all of them a little side-eyed, especially since the whole Diddy situation. Are they looking at the general public as their sacrifices or something? So that's why you see a lot of people on YouTube, just the people, we the people, the little people, we don't worship celebrities. I mean, I can enjoy your music, I can enjoy your art, I can enjoy you as a person. Everybody knows that I love Beyonce. Everybody knows I love Nicki Minaj. Everybody knows that I love Drew Barrymore. She's one of my favorite actresses. Do I worship her like a god? No, I don't. If Drew Barrymore, which I know Drew Barrymore would never do this, but if Drew Barrymore was to come out and say, okay, guys, I went to hell and I was commingling with demons and they all made me feel bad, am I going to believe it? No, I'm not, because I have done many, many, many rituals with these demons that I can name by name, and they have done nothing but healed me and helped me and redeemed me. When other people that were supposed to be with organizations that are supposed to be protecting and helping me were dogging me out. So I don't believe a word that they say. I don't. Okay. So you're not going to get the true occult necessarily, occult knowledge. You're going to hear the same thing they've been saying for years, for the past 20, 30, 40, 100 years. Oh, then and they doing sex rituals and they and they having sex with children and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And okay, I have worked with many demons and none of them. I know what they thinking. I have conjured Ippos. I have conjured Salos. I have conjured Vepar. I have even conjured Andromalius. Andromalius. What's another one? Asmode. None of them are ever thinking about that. None of them are ever thinking about things like that. In fact, I've had extensive conversations with a lot of them, and they all have said, why are they trying to make it seem like it's about Satanism or Luciferianism, all of this stuff, when we know and have evidence of the church directly being involved in not only sex trafficking as well as rape and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So nobody's stupid. I don't know why now at this point, after they have insulted our intelligence, now they're going to pretend as though we're stupid. That's just like Lilith. They wanted to blame Lilith for for things that for babies passing away and things of that nature. And Lilith is like, no, that is not me. In fact, a lot of crib deaths that were reported that looked like accidents were actually somebody smothering the baby purposely. And they used to, before technology, they could claim that the baby had a crib death, but in reality, somebody was going in there smothering these children with a pillow. So, don't. Here's my whole thing about it. Either you're going to survive or you're going to die and perish. That's how I look at it. And I feel like doing what I have to do to survive is all that matters. The bad people that are constantly on the attack trying to make us turn to the church, they are trying to sacrifice us. That's a fact. So you see, when it comes to what they're doing, they want to create so much misery that people that should be having, like, it really pisses me off on a daily basis that in 2024, these people are bringing up this old dead religion. Christianity is dead. All that stuff is dead. It's gone. They keep bringing it up because they want to convince us, and they want to create a world that we don't want to live in so that we won't survive. I personally refuse to allow them to cause misery in my life. And I don't. Okay. In fact, I'm getting ready to, I've already got this little altar area set up. I wasn't able to do the Chiron alchemy bottle. And just if you guys are working with planetary alchemy bottle, Chiron or Chiron is actually one of Pluto's moons. So if you guys are trying to connect with Chiron, you can just use the same herbal and energetic correspondence to Pluto for Chiron, because Chiron is actually one of Pluto's moons. Chiron is a moon, okay, which is a planet too, but it's one of Pluto's moons. Okay. I would never, ever, ever, unless a celebrity was moving in the same frequency and energies that I am moving in, which is creating my own reality. And my reality can't no damn pedophile touch me or my children or nobody under my watch. What are they always talking about? Pedophilia. They must like it. They must like it. It's very different from the people that are on a mission to stop it. They almost opened the door to it. So I'm not going to listen to a celebrity that's been talking about pedophilia and pedophilic things, but they don't do anything about it. I am not afraid to sit here, and I've done it. I've done it. I've done alchemy work to destroy pedophiles. This is a fact. What good is it doing talking about it? And they'll say, well, they know occult knowledge. So I'm like, I don't give a damn if they know about the occult. So do I. I'm a mother. I have every right to protect my children from the sex trafficking industry and all of that stuff. And when you're on YouTube, all of a sudden you become wide open to these attacks. And I'm like, wait a minute, I am a witch from the Midwest, a small business owner. What are these people doing? And what they'll do is they will come after you because they have a problem with you, especially if you have children. Should no man or woman be chasing after and stalking somebody with children? I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Because you know what? Why, while you're stalking that person, don't you realize that you could potentially you're disturbing those children too because you're stalking their mama. And you can't say, oh, well, why don't you just not be in social media? Well, what the fuck? I got the right to be in social media. Absolutely ridiculous and preposterous. So I don't follow celebrities in that context. If they're speaking about something spiritually that I agree with, then hey, that's just like my boy I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. The older guy that played God in the Jim Carrey movies. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I don't know why I can't think of his name right now. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. That's my heart. Morgan Freeman can get it. A lot of the things that he's talked about spiritually, I agree with him. I may not necessarily agree with everything that he speaks about. We've never heard Morgan Freeman come out. A lot of these celebrities are not going to come out and say, hey, I connected with a goetic demon and that demon really helped me from a foe that was trying to harm me, that was trying to, do something to me, torment me, torture me, destroy my career. They can't really do that. But I can do that. I'm not owned by anybody. I can do that. And I have every right to do that. They may be sworn to secrecy. I'm not. I'm not an oracle from the movie The Matrix. I am an actual real oracle that can put a bowl of water in front of me and make stuff happen. And I can see things in that water. And I can manifest things through that water. Now I'm working with water and fire together, which is what my alchemy bottles are about. You're using water and fire together, which to me is a miracle. The fact that you can mix a little bit of isopropyl alcohol with water and put it in something fireproof, and you can work with those elements at the same time to produce a result that is needed, whether or not it's healing, whether or not it's cleansing, whether or not it's manifesting, whether or not it's pulling those energies. Telling somebody that a demon is going to harm them is not going to do this world any damn good. This world needs healing energy. This world needs connection with the universe so that things can get put into balance. I am not a celebrity. I am not a YouTuber. I am a witch and I'm very protected. And so are my children because I do things that benefit this entire planet. While they're sitting around twiddling their thumbs and saying, oh, wow, the world is getting ready to end. And oh, goodness gracious. And this is happening and this is happening. Myself and my coven is the ones that are sending the healing energy and connecting this planet while they're trying to disconnect you. So whenever your existence matters, and that's not a delusion of grandeur, it's not. When you know your purpose, and my purpose is not to die, my purpose is not to be stalked or raped, my purpose is to bring about balance on this planet. Because there's a lot of witches out there that are the same exact way. They're just not in the public. And yes, at the same time, of course, everybody, if I want to have a roof over my head, yes, I have to earn money while doing it. So that's what puts these people in extra jeopardy for playing around with me. Okay. No shade to the celebrities. I got a feeling that what P. Diddy is going to try to do is he's going to try to segue himself into the church and bring even more confusion about on this earth. Oh, now I'm with Jesus now, and I've turned my life over to Jesus, and Urzuli made me do it. And I listen, and please believe that when I spoke about P. Diddy, I felt his spirits trying to attack me. Listen, I don't care. P. Diddy, as far as I'm concerned, he's an ant, and I can step on him. Celebrities are not more powerful than a damn oracle and a high priestess witch. We have to have some level of protection and a safe place for people to go. When I look at the world and what's going on, and you know what, the first thing that my spirits thought about, they said, I would love, to become rich and just open up a bunch of domestic violence shelters, places for women to go, places where women can call and say, hey, I'm afraid. I have a feeling. My intuition is telling me that he's going to come home and murder me and my children today. Can you please pick us up? Yes, we're on our way to take you to somewhere safe. Not only just providing shelter, but a place for these women to meditate and heal and get massages. And it doesn't matter if these women make the mistake of going back to these men. Listen, they going through it. I understand every woman, okay? But you know what? Okay, you're going to go back. Make sure that if you have a feeling that you're in danger, that you call us and we are there no matter what, because it's very difficult for women to break free of that. Okay, as well as men too. There are some men that are in very violent, abusive relationships. Some of these women have these men so messed up that they will fear her brothers. They will fear her uncles. They will fear her family members. It's kind of rare, but it happens. But I think that it would have to be a separate facility if we were going to do that, because it has created trust issues with men. It has, because these domestic abuse shelters, their address is not in the public. Those are places that are protected by anonymity. A domestic violence shelter, they don't you're not gonna be able to call and have an address. These men don't need addresses to these shelters, because they would go and stalk the woman. Right now, I qualify. Me and my children qualify to go right now and stay at a domestic abuse shelter right now. Am I going to do it? Nope, because I'm not in that position. I'm a high priestess witch. I'll turn somebody's head upside down on their shoulders before I'd ever have to flee my home because of a man acting crazy. No. Okay. But yeah, I would qualify for that considering what somebody has been doing. Okay. So, but this has been generations and generations and lifetimes of programming and enabling and even um, grooming of women. So this is the reason why I don't judge those women. Well, she was stupid. Why? Listen, you're not gonna help these women by doing that. So, that's one of the reasons why women trust me. And a lot of people can't, well, why people keep going to her? Why? Because they know that they can trust me, and they know that they can't trust you, because you seem to think that giving them even more abuse is going to help them. Oh, that's going to make them stronger by calling them stupid. No, it doesn't. So that's not what the dark goddess does, the divine mother. No, she doesn't. There's something apparently and inherently wrong with this planet. In fact, during COVID, the pandemic, when it was really bad, they said that domestic violence and abuse increased. They said it was on the rise. Okay, so, and yes, celebrities, they do deal with domestic violence. But YouTube has basically been taken over by celebs. They've commercialized YouTube a lot. And, that's why a lot of people are trying to find alternative websites, because I believe that some of these celebrities, it would be nothing for them to take a couple of $100,000 and pay a hacker or pay somebody to take down somebody's channel. And you know what? I'm absolutely disgusted by that, because you as a celebrity don't have the right to do that to people, because all you care about is your money. All you care about is maintaining your lifestyle. You don't care about the many women and children as well as men that are out here in this world that are trying to survive. It ain't about Black Lives Matter. It ain't about Blue Lives Matter. It's about all lives matter. So if you want to know about the occult, if you want to invoke a spirit, you need to be coming to somebody like High Priestess Jamila, or somebody just like me, somebody that has real knowledge, somebody that don't hear, yeah, and they conjuring demons and the demons are raping children. That's not what's happening. Trust me, human beings do not need demons to do their dirty work. And in fact, a lot of the dirty work is coming from the same people that claim that they're here to help you and protect you. And they'll say it while they rape you, while they violate you, while they try to humiliate you. I'm trying to help you. How you helping me by trying to humiliate me, bruh? How? So it's a lie. You got to learn how to recognize a lie. And to be honest with you, most of us women wouldn't need no help from no man. So you're gonna injure me and then say, oh, well, now I have to help her. Oh, please stop it. That's called narcissism. You should never, ever, ever let a man come into your life, injure, like literally handicap you, and then say, oh, now you need my help. That's just like that movie Misery. Oh, I'm gonna kidnap you, hold you hostage, break your legs, break your will, and then see, she needs me. See that? That's a sick person. You don't want to live like that. No, I know that's right, Christian. I know that's right. Well, here's the whole thing about it, Christian, is that they will claim that Jesus says that you should forgive somebody even if they do the most atrocious things to you. And I don't agree with that at all. Okay. And I had this conversation with Jesus a couple of years ago. I said, I'm not going to forgive these people. And it just is not going to happen. Now, if they go away and leave me alone, if they leave me alone, I'll forget about them as long as they are erased from my sight, and try to quit coming into my utopia, because all of us are constantly creating our own existence. And while I was over here asleep, the reason why my ex was live talking about me is because he was trying to hijack me and pull me into his world. By the way, guys, I'm a shaman. He can't do that. He can't pull me into his world, into his reality. I will never live in a reality where you're going to be revered for abusing me and children. So he might as well just let that go. He might as well let that go completely and totally. Okay. So that's what they're doing when they're doing it. They want to suck you into it. Not going to happen. And that's why we ground. Grounding is not just about, okay, I'm grounding. Grounding is a very, very powerful yet necessary metaphysical and spiritual process of atonement, is what grounding is about. And it's not something that you can learn overnight or by somebody that wants to take advantage of you. A lot of these people out here, if you go to them and you are in need of help and you know, and clarity, they just gonna mess you up even more. They want to take advantage of you, and that is sad. And sadly, that's what's happening in the spiritual community a lot. And I don't care what they say and what they do. They can't touch me. They can't touch my children, and they can't touch my clients, because all of who I love is in my terror dome, my territory. Everybody that I love and care about that's under my watch lives within my existence of the reality that I create, which is not a bad reality. Because in my reality, ain't nobody going to be killed, acid thrown at them, murdered, robbed, smeared, stigmatized. So, in case you were wondering why Divine Services Apothecary and Divine Services is still a thing, that is why, and you can't change it. And you ain't gonna stress me out, not at all. Not at all. That's what they want to do, call stress. Oh, please. Why would I be stressed out about something that's not real? You got to learn that. Okay. A part of how these guys and their women that go along with them are able to hurt you is because they're able to convince you of something, and you can't allow them to convince you of their truth of the situation. You can't ever do that. Okay. So if you're gonna learn something about the occult, you're not gonna learn it from a celebrity that's paid to just tell a story for propaganda purposes. Because if I, you know, and I've seen my gods do it. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go. I've seen them plotting on my murder and plotting to murder, and I've seen my gods completely switch the reality just like that. That's who I deal with. I deal with the gods that create the realities, the gods of the shamans, the gods of the gods of the demons, the gods that you make wishes to. That's who I deal with. So, for some of us don't have a limited belief on what our power is based upon some other pathetic person who wants to be something that they're not. But I can't help you if they've convinced you that they're somehow powerful because they came online and said over and over again the word poop. If somebody was able to convince you, then you're not ready to receive your blessings anyway, hon. If somebody was able to go poop, 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 pop, 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 and repeat the same thing over and convince you that they so powerful because they was able to say something disgusting, then you're not ready for High Priestess Jamila. Okay. And I'm not my clients, they've been contacting me all day. So, it just is what it is. My clients believe in what I do. They believe in my spirits. Okay. And yes, I am connected to some jinn too. Been connected with me just because of my name. That's why I'll never change my name. I ain't about to change my name. My uncle, God rest his soul, he named me Jamila, and that is my name. I will never change it for nobody. I won't have to. Okay. Because I don't live in a reality where I have to change my name and my identity to deal with my enemies and stalkers. If anything, I'll change their name and their identities. I ain't got to change at all. Okay. But okay, guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I will see y'all later. Y'all know who to reach if y'all want some real work, if y'all want some real, like, I love a good story. I love a good scary story. You know what I'm saying? I like to be entertained, but at the end of the day, when it comes to your life and your livelihood, you can't really trust somebody that is paid to lie to you. All right, guys, I'll see y'all later. Blessings and happy Memorial Day to you guys. And I'm getting ready to go and get in the shower. I've been using this deodorant that has no aluminum in it, and I swear to you, I have to. I've been detoxing, so yeah. When you switch to an aluminum-free deodorant, it's gonna put your body into a detox mode. So you know, so I will catch y'all later. Okay. All right. Blessings, guys. Bye bye.